Hello everyone, it's really good to see you again. First of all, happy Ramadan to everyone who is celebrating, whether they're Muslim or non-Muslim. I may have said it in a very blunt way last episode. And today I've come to talk about a couple things. You know, instead of one topic, you get two topics. It's a twofer. It's a twofer. Never mind. So the first topic basically is that I have been losing weight, which I mean, you probably already see this in my first episode. My first, professionally captured episode. I was 92 kilograms at the time. Now I'm down to 83 kilograms, and I'm really proud of how much I've progressed in my weight loss journey. And of course, thank you to everyone who has been subscribed to this story, to this topic since I started talking about it on Instagram. And I can't thank you enough, all of you, for your support. Well, mostly you're my friends, and my Instagram profile is private, so yeah, I have my friends to thank for this. Overall, my weight loss journey hasn't been very difficult. All that happened really was that I basically oriented myself to not eat and do something basically that keeps me distracted from the idea of eating when I'm not hungry but bored. Like for instance, I do a lot of gaming. Gaming basically is the one thing that enables me to continue on with my weight loss journey, and it's great. I honestly think it's the one thing that, you know, keeps me sane, keeps me healthy. No matter how violent these games might get, I'm pretty sure that they've helped me one way or another to be distracted from the idea of being bored. So yeah, thank you games, thank you. You've done me a great service by distracting me from the idea of wanting to eat all the time. And speaking of gaming, ow, I punched my hand so hard, it hurt. Yeah, speaking of gaming, we're talking about Linux gaming once again. Yes, it's another episode of Screw You, Microsoft. Because this Ramadan, I mean, I can't say the word. You get what I mean. So yeah, what has been new with Linux gaming recently? Well, I found out that there's a feature. I mean, a feature that basically is part of Proton. I introduced this a while ago in an episode about Proton, how it improved and how basically it made Linux gaming much better with the constant updates it gets, either Proton or Proton Glorious Equal or any other forks of Proton. But I digress. What I mean to talk about is one feature that Proton offers. Not just Proton, it's Proton and also Wine. I guess mostly Proton. This feature that Proton offers is basically something called FSR hack, or in other words, Fidelity Effects Super Resolution. Well, usually this feature is found in, I didn't do a lot of reading on this, so I'm just guessing right now. If this sounds confusing, just go ahead and Google Fidelity Effects Super Resolution. This is mostly a feature that is found in AMD GPUs. And unfortunately, I have an Nvidia card. And if you find out what Linus Torvalds himself says about Nvidia GPUs, you'd understand why I said that. So, what does the Fidelity Effects Super Resolution, oh my god. Okay, what does FSR do? Like, basically what it does is that you set the game on a lower resolution, and this hack basically sharpens the view so that you can see it better. It's like DLSS, but it's on everyone's computer, even those who don't have an RTX card. It's magic. I used it on a couple games. I tried using it on Cyberpunk 2077 because, of course, my computer doesn't meet the requirements. I don't know why I bought this game. Don't ask me. Please don't ask me in the comments why I had to buy Cyberpunk 2077 on discount. I just want to tell everyone I regret this decision anyway. And most importantly, on another game, a fighting game, which happens to be stuttering every time it's on 1080p. So basically, what I did was lower the resolution on this game, and the FSR sharpens the view enough so that I can see the game better on full screen in a lower resolution. So basically, with this hack, you can play almost anything that you feel isn't, you know, up to speed in terms of, frames per second and whatnot. I guess it could work on the one game that I haven't been able to run on an Nvidia card, which is Forza Horizon 4. But the problem is Forza Horizon 4 is already pretty on Nvidia cards, especially the Pascal ones, one of which I have, because the problem is it crashes either in the menu or as soon as you start driving in the game or 30 minutes into the game. At this point, I don't blame the devs of Proton for this. I basically blame Nvidia for making cards, GPUs basically, that aren't that aren't capable of running Forza. Like I would be running it on medium quality. On medium quality, it goes well for like 30 minutes, and then suddenly the game freezes. The music is still running. There's not a single time I've like organically quit this game. But I digress. Even if I do try FSR in this one, it's already got its problems with Nvidia cards, especially the ones with Pascal architecture. It's just that with every other game, I guess, it just works fine. It works with Cyberpunk, it works with Dead or Alive. Imagine all the other games that you can play using this feature. So how does this feature benefit the average computer user? Well, basically, if there is a game on Linux that you feel isn't performing very well, or if you feel frame dropping in a certain game that you really want to play, but it just annoys you, the idea that you have to go through frame dropping all the time, just use FSR. Basically, you're going to select the next resolution downward and try it out. If it still feels like it's laggy, go another notch down. Like, that's basically how FSR works, and I am so happy that I've been able to use this on the games that I feel aren't performing very well on my computer, which is like a couple of games, really. I usually don't buy games when I feel that my PC isn't up to the requirements. So, you know, if a game is like, for instance, Guardians of the Galaxy, I love this game so much. Do I buy it? No, because it requires a 1660 Ti or something as a minimum. I don't know, I'll just Google it. I'm just happy that on my Linux journey, I've learned so much, especially that, like, not just how to use the computer in a different way, but also lessons on basically how powerful Linux is compared to Windows. Again, I'm not like coercing anyone to go ahead and, you know, use Linux. If you're happy with Windows, go ahead. I mean, it does basically things that Linux can do, except that there's more that Linux can do that Windows can't. I'm going to put this in a very comical representation of the whole thing. You tell Windows that you want to uninstall it, it says, no, it's going to break the system. But if you want to remove the bootloader on Linux, it just says, go ahead. No, I don't care. Kill me. The idea that you are, in a way, a super user on Linux, even without sudo, basically on Linux, when you tell the computer to do something, it does it. Unless, of course, there's an error of some sort. Like, there are exceptions, but then again, when you tell the computer to do something and you understand the language in which the computer speaks, I guess usually through the CLI, through the terminal, it does what you want it to do, and that's the greatest thing about Linux. And that's about it for today's episode. I may have not talked a lot during this episode, or may have not been very diverse with my topics, but then again, thank you so much for watching this. I really appreciate it when, I mean, at least my Instagram friends and other friends from other places enjoy these episodes. And I will do my best to make a much fuller episode, or actually work on that second episode of Philosophy for Children. I'll try my best to keep the flow of content going, and with my studies, I think it might be a little bit difficult, but I will do my best. Thank you so much for watching. This is Mustafa Gharib, and I will see you, hopefully, in the next video. Peace.